One more dot ball by Chaya. He's keeping that pressure on the captain. 2.4 gone. It's 8 for 2. Proud moment for all these young girls. So we have a back-to-back 4 T20 matches between Hong Kong and UAE Women.
That's right, 4 T20 internationals. Meanwhile, a nice flick off the pads and another tight run. Very, very risky. Living dangerously, both these batters, Lai and Chan. You don't need a run out here. And UAE's fielding is being tested.
This time lazy, there was a chance for a run out. A wayward throw by the fielder. And the captain survives Chan. They need to build up a partnership, Chan and Lai. As we have said earlier, around 130, 135 would be a good fighting total. They can post on this wicket.
Oh, that's another good delivery. Beautiful delivery. That late movement in the air is so troublesome for the batters. All Lai could do was play it on the front foot. Equally well done to ward off that danger. 3 overs gone. Hong Kong are 9 for 2. Three overs gone, 9 for 2. As Samaira is coming here for the second over, and she's on a hat-trick. 2 wickets back to back. Can she do what is expected of her and create history here tonight? Hat-trick chance for Samaira.
No UAE women has taken a hat-trick till now. And Samaira has a very good chance in her first over. She got the 2 wickets of the last 2 deliveries. Chan will be on strike. This time it was Fuller played towards the third man region. And there's a bit of confusion, but a wayward throw, and yet again there is confusion between Lai and Chan. The fielding has been a bit sluggish.
Yes, and I think this was a good run because she tested and challenged the throw of the fielder, and the throw was not on the mark as well. There was a chance, and they took it. Good running, I would say, between the wickets. If the ball is outside the 30-yard circle, you can still try and create pressure and put pressure on the fielders. Meanwhile, on the pads this time, and again, some protection there in the deep. Will only be a single. Samaira has bowled really well. 7 of her 8 deliveries. And she's got 2 wickets. That's the most promising part for Samaira. Meanwhile, Emma Lai will be on strike. Right-handed batter, 34 years of age. She's got a lot of experience in terms of domestic cricket. This time the ball being sprayed down the leg side. A leg bye will be added to the total. Singles will be the key here for Hong Kong.
Definitely the good thing about this partnership is that they are going for each and every run. They're running between the wickets. Between Chan and Lai. Has been good till now. And they have moved to 13. And talking about this ground, Shoaib, this was the built an year ago. Malek Stadium, and recently we have seen one domestic T20 Cup. And now this is the first international match this ground is hosting.
Well, we are a part of history, Mudassir. The first match being played. Yeah. And we've got the honor and privilege to be commentating. White signal by the umpire. The first will always be the first. Nobody can change that. Nobody can take that away from us.
And let me tell all the listeners that me and Shoaib, we play together the domestic cricket, but this is the first time we are doing commentary live.
That's right. Another first. You're absolutely right. And many more to come. It's always a pleasure to have you in the Combox. We talk a lot about cricket off the field, but now we're getting a chance to talk about it while the game is on. Meanwhile, a good-looking shot. It's been played in the gap, chase for the fielder, and that will be the first boundary for Hong Kong women. And that has come from the meat of the bat. Everything right about that shot.
The first boundary coming from the blade of the captain. This time a full toss on the off stump and rightly placed towards the mid-off. And the ball racing towards the fence for the 4 runs, and it's 18 for 2. Chan looking really good out there.
Yes, he's on 8 of 6. The only area for improvement for Samaira from whatever we've seen so far is the length. She's bowled quite a few full tosses already, but if she can get that length right, somebody has to tell Samaira that the batter is standing out of the crease a few feet outside, and that's why she's converting those deliveries into fuller deliveries. This is a good run stolen from UAE. It was played straight to the fielder, but they still managed to get a single.
This shows the experience of Chan, because the ball is moving a bit for Samaira. The good thinking by Chan. Yet again, they have taken an easy single. Slowly and steadily, the score moves to 19. A bit expensive over here by Samaira. 10 runs so far in 5 deliveries. This time, a wild swing beaten in the air. It's the end of over number 4. Score moves to 19 for the loss of 2 wickets.
So 4 overs, and Chaya gives herself another over, looking for wickets. I think this is a good ploy from the skipper. They want to try and take a few more wickets, especially against the left-handed Chan with the ball moving away. Good fielding and good field placement as well. You see a ring of fielders on the offside.
Chan, the captain of Hong Kong, batting on 9, and he has impressed us a lot. Chaya into her 3rd over. We can see a bit of breeze out there, and they're trying to take the advantage from this new ball. This time a wayward length on the leg stump, wide given by the umpire. Yet another extra has been added. She's struggling with her line, Shoaib, here.
Oh yes, that moving ball is not easy to control, and it comes with experience. Shaya definitely is one of the experienced bowlers in that setup, and you expect a lot more discipline from her. Again, that movement in the air, and that's a misfield. Well, sloppy work in the field. That should have just been a single, but will be 4 runs instead. And Hong Kong will be very relieved with that shot. 4 runs on the board for Hong Kong, 4 runs for Chan.
Poor fielding helping the Hong Kong batters. This time it was on the off stump and rightly played, opening the face of the blade. There was a misfield by the short third fielder. Resulted in a boundary for Hong Kong. They are moving slowly. They are into the 5th over. The score moves to 24. Talking about Chan, the best part of Chan is, Shoaib, that she's rotating the strike regularly.
That's right. She's not facing a lot of deliveries, and she's also putting pressure on the fielders. That was another appeal from Tirtha Satish. Just a half-hearted appeal. But again, that movement in the air is definitely a challenge. If Chaya can direct that ball in the right areas, she will be getting wickets sooner rather than later.
She's very strong behind the squares. Chan batting on 13. Chaya into her third over. Once again, it was on the off stump, played towards the point region. Dot ball. After initial struggles, there is a partnership between Chan and Lai. Samaira was the pick of the bowler, getting 2 wickets to her name. Chaya Moghal, the experienced Chaya Moghal, the captain of UAE Women's team, into her third over, looking for her first breakthrough in this match.
Yes, she's bowled well for her 3 overs. She's just given away 9 runs. Can she finish off well is the question. Can a low full toss straight down the ground. That will go race away towards the ropes, and Chan will get another boundary. She is taking the attack to the opposition, Chan. And some quick runs coming in for Hong Kong. Look at that shot. Another loose delivery, allowing her to free her arms. She's played that straight as an arrow. And with the power play overs in effect, it's always going to be 4.
This time a full toss and driven straight. There was no chance for the mid-off and mid-on fielder. Second boundary in this over. The last over we have seen 11 runs from Samaira, and in this over already she has given away 9 runs. 5 deliveries. Chaya Moghal.
Off the pads, nicely flicked. Yes, no, that could have been troublesome, but not to be everything safe in the end for Hong Kong. This is a decent start after that initial hiccup of 2 wickets. Hong Kong are 28 for 2 after 5. Well, that's another good start from Samaira. Just outside off. They've taken a single, but not the most convincing singles we've seen so far. Byes signalled by the umpire, Asif Iqbal. Samaira has been bowling exceptionally well. It has been a fantastic performance. Mind-blowing spell. And joining me in the comm box is the mind-blowing Neeloja.
Thank you so much, Shoaib. Hong Kong Women's versus UAE Women's. Beautiful delivery. A half-hearted appeal. Obviously would be going down the leg side comfortably. Mind you, these are really, really young girls. Samaira is just 15 years.
That's right, Samaira is definitely the youngest of the lot. Well, that's a good delivery from Samaira. Nice length. And it was guided towards the third man for a single. Well, she's got so much of talent, and now it's all about gaining that experience from these matches. The graph for her is always going to go one way, and that's upwards. And that's a positive sign and good news for UAE cricket.
You're right. She's one of those talented kids who's performed well. She was one of the highest wicket takers during the ICC T20 qualifiers.
That one was another short delivery. I still remember that catch that she took in the Gulf Cup. Beautiful catch, and definitely was one of the best catches of the tournament. So she's not only a good bowler, but she's an exceptional gun fielder. Good reflexes, and as rightly mentioned by you, just 15 years of age. So an immense pool of talent.
Sixth over in progress, and the skipper hasn't changed much. Down the leg side or wide. Chaya bowled 3. Samaira is bowling a third. In today's time, we've seen many captains actually shuffling and changing a few things. Samaira, if she does well in this over, will just prove her captain right.
That's right. And what I like about her is that she's always attacking the stumps. She got 2 wickets. That was because she was targeting the stumps. And every delivery she's bowled, it has always been attacking those 3 sticks. You miss, I hit kind of a strategy. And it's been proven to be very useful for UAE and for herself.
That's right. Another one in line is going to be this one. Khushi Sharma. Down the leg side again. And oh, that's a poor piece of keeping. Tirtha misses this and 5 wides.
Well, easy runs for Hong Kong, and every run will count. Every run that they leak here, they will have to score them later in the innings. So the idea has to be to restrict these batters as much as possible. But right now, it's not looking that way. Hong Kong have got some runs on the board pretty quickly, and this is proving to be a good power play session for Hong Kong.
No doubts about that. We're talking about Samaira requiring to bowl a good over. It's a third over and has been the most expensive that she's bowled. Standing way outside the crease. Shuffling across, and the deliveries that she gets them right pinpoint. Where she errs, she does err. 6 overs gone, 37 for 2.
Six overs gone, 37 for 2 is the score. The power play overs are done. And after those 2 wickets, there's a small but very handy and important partnership that is building between these 2 players, Lai and Chan.
It's going to be Khushi Sharma. An excellent bowler. She's someone who knows a thing about not just bowling them tight, but picking wickets as well. Got a fifer in the ICC T20 qualifiers. It's a big shout. Umpire may not be interested. Good addition with the stump lights. Just opened the face of the bat very late, but a good call by the non-strikers. Knew that she was going at the danger end. That's the skipper, Carrie Chan.
Yes, Khushi Sharma, again, one of the siblings that have represented UAE, Khushi Sharma and Sanchit Sharma. Sanchit debuted for the UAE men's side earlier last year. And both the siblings now playing for the UAE national side. That's a positive sign again for UAE cricket, and how the grassroots level cricket has developed so much in the UAE that you are getting these gems from local domestic cricket.
You're right. These boys and girls have been playing here and doing really well for the side down the leg side or wide. Khushi Sharma. There's always a banter between the brother and the sister. Who's better? And a very healthy banter. Gary Chan, their skipper, here for Hong Kong. She said that at the toss she wanted to bat first. Oh, beautiful delivery there. What a swing. The ball got that drift in the air. Very well dug out, I must say. Gary Chan keeping her eyes on the ball.
Well, did something get in the way, or was it a bye? Because we're not sure. I think it missed everything, the bat, the stumps, the keeper. But was there an edge? No signals from the umpire, so definitely some bat onto it. And rightly mentioned by Neil, yes, she was lucky enough to get some bat onto it. Otherwise, that ball was crashing into the stumps.
Quick check at the field. Couple of runs for sure. It's a sluggish outfield. The ball does not race away, especially near the boundary line. The grass, I believe, is slightly bigger, longer, thick, good quality grass for sure. But that outfield means that the batters will have to gauge that and take those runs quickly, convert those singles into doubles. Don't wait for the ball to reach the boundary line. Might end up missing out on a couple of runs.
That's another good delivery. Some pad onto it or not, we'll find that out. Won't go all the way. Yes, leg by will be signalled. Yes, will be signalled by the umpire.
Runs coming in, but then not from the bat. Have to control the extras. UAE. Now it's going to be Lai. Again, movement in the air. Gets that ball to drift away from the right-hander. Khushi Sharma. Tall, lanky Khushi. That'll be the end of the over. 7 overs gone. It's 44 for 2. All right, so drinks done and 7 overs gone. The bowling responsibilities will go to Mahika Gaur. Tall Mahika Gaur. She's a phenomenal left-arm bowler. Quick, nippy. And the advantage that she has, that she bowls from such a considerable height, it does get a little difficult for the batters to gauge what would be the ball doing. Goes way above the eye line. Just whiskers away from the outside edge of the bat. Dot ball to start with. Mahika Gaur, 16 years and 49 days. She's played 11 T20 internationals for UAE. She's picked up 2 wickets, but economy is phenomenal, 4.77.
That's right. She's got that height to her advantage, and she's got the ability to bowl with her left hand. Again, that is another special rare talent. So a tall, lanky, left-handed fast bowler in women's cricket. Really a special talent, Mahika. Starts off with a good fuller delivery again. Again, a misfield. The fielding hasn't been up to the mark from UAE, and I'm sure their coach Najib will be definitely looking and making a note of that.
You're right. And I would be there. Because small lapses change into big things, big challenges, and then those could convert into problematic zones. Wrapped on the pads. Isha Oza, standing in the slips, had that big appeal going. Obviously way down the leg side, but then it's just a little pressure tactic. You want to shout out, you want to give that little call. You want to just let the batters know that we are around you, close by, ready to shout in your ear.
Oh, that's a much better delivery. And again, that extra bounce that Mahika gets from the wicket. Had that been any other bowler, the ball would have hit the pads. But because it was Mahika getting her shoulder in, that ball almost reached the hip of the batter. Good ball.
Yeah, phenomenal bowling coming in. Able to extract something off the deck. I must say both these girls from Hong Kong have stuck around, dug in. Good piece of fielding there, Kavisha. Both of these girls have done really well. They lost 2 quick wickets, both in the same over, right at the start of the innings. Meanwhile, it'll be the end of the over. Mahika finishes. 8 overs gone. And it's 46 for 2.
Eight overs, 46 for 2 is the score. It's Mariko Hill, who's on 4 of 13, a cautious start for her. But the record-in-chief has been the skipper of Team Hong Kong, Carrie Chan, who's on 23 of 24. As in comes spin bowling from UAE. Vaishnavi will be the bowler.
Vaishnavi Mahesh. Spin sensation. One of those brave characters who loves to toss the ball up. Not really shy of trying a thing or two as far as the bowling is concerned.
Yeah, starts off with a fuller delivery again, flighted up in the air. Now this is going to be interesting to see whether the spinners, especially the wrist spinners, can get some turn off the wicket or not, because it looks a little drier. There's only grass right in the center of the wicket, but as you go closer to the batter near the good length area, there's not much grass, so you expect the ball to grip, to turn, but the ball also is a lot newer than what it would normally be, because it's not been hit for too many runs. The ball is still relatively new. So this is an interesting passage of play.
Oh, look at that. There's a shout. She's excited. The keeper is not. Tirtha has already moved on, and there's a little smile. The smile was exchanged between Hill and Vaishnavi. But a leggy bowling to a left armour. Carrie Chen. Good adjustment there by Carrie. She stepped down, wanted to probably play it over the mid-wicket region, and then realized that the ball is not bouncing. It's staying low. Went into a sweepish kind of a shot where she didn't really go down completely, but kept the ball away. Smart cricket, gets a single.
Another flighted delivery. This one's been played up in the air. Fielder standing there waiting for that catch, but makes a mess of it. That should have been taken.
I agree, this should have been taken. Suraksha Kote, another spinner. Look at that. I was talking about the toss that she does. She ran in, got underneath the ball well, but her hands were way above her head when she was trying to take that catch. That's not how you take a catch. Let the ball come closer. Eye line. Basics of cricket. I'm sure these words would be told to her after the game by the coaching staff. 50 meanwhile for Hong Kong. Mariko 6 of 15. Chan 23 of 27. One more delivery to go.
Again, flighted very close to that off stump. How did that miss is the question. Vaishnavi Mahesh created a chance, couldn't get a wicket, decided to get a wicket by bowling some really good line and lengths, but not to be a very successful over in the context of the game from Vaishnavi. 9 overs gone, 50 for 2.
Mahika Gaur. Again, just marginally outside off. $50 for 2. Mahika had a good first over. Just gave away 2 runs. She's creating that pressure. Wide this time.
Has to be bowling a lot closer to the stumps, and Mahika has been trying to bowl a little outside off. Has to get that line corrected. If she can attack the stumps just like Samaira did, I think it will be a big positive for Mahika as well as UAE. Can she get her line correct? Yes, that's much better, much closer, nicely driven. But you want to keep the batsman engaged.
Yeah, you're right. But at the same time, the length that she bowled, if Chan would have probably played with a little more intent, could have been definitely more than a single. It was a nice juicy half volley, the previous one.
That's right, the line has to be corrected. The length also has to be corrected. This one onto the middle and leg. Nicely stopped there by Chaya Mughal. So that left-hand, right-hand combination also taking a toll on the bowling of UAE. It's not going to be easy to be bowling to a left-hand, right-hand combination, especially with a leg spinner and a left-arm spinner, medium pacer, bowling from both ends.
Wanted to scoop it. Ambitious, but not to be so. Looks like Mariko is running out of her patience.
Yes, she's on 6 of 18, so she needs to get a move on. Almost halfway through the first innings. They need to make sure that they get those runs coming in. With a strong team batting like the UAE team has, Hong Kong need to target at least 110, 120 to put some kind of pressure on UAE.
Meanwhile, inside edge will get a single. Chan has been doing well, 24 of 29. And sometimes you realize that this is the role that you need to play probably for some time till you build up this innings, solidify your presence, and then take it from here on.
A low full toss, a juicy full toss, but only get a single for that, Chan. And that's the end of the 10th over. Hong Kong are 54 for 2.
.54 for 2. Chan, 25 of 30. Good piece of fielding, Samaira. It's Vaishnavi who's coming to bowl. The captain is trusting her bowlers with 3 over spells. She did that for herself, her partner Samaira, and now Vaishnavi. And this one is played beautifully. Will race away towards the fence. 4 runs. And joining me now in the commentary box, it's going to be Mudassir. Mudassir, welcome.
Good evening, Neil. Not a good sign for UAE women's team. Good solid partnership between the captain Chan and Mariko. Struggle continues for UAE women's team. They need to break this partnership. Going at around 5 runs per over.
With that boundary, Carrie Chan has reached her highest against UAE Women. Her previous highest against the UAE side was 26 not out. That's when Carrie had led her side here in the UAE during the qualifiers. Meanwhile, this one in the gap is beautifully placed. Will the ball have enough gas? Doesn't look like. Well, it'll be 3 runs. That's what we spoke about earlier. The outfield is sluggish. You can't be happy by playing that shot and waiting it out. No, you need to go for your first hard, go for the second, and look for the third.
Regularly, she is picking up those gaps. Captain Chan, this time played towards the deep extra cover, and good piece of running between the wickets is shown by Mariko and Chan. Into her second over, Vaishnavi. A good piece of delivery. But the struggle continues in the field. There is a direct hit, Neil.
Well, I will have to have a look again. A closer look maybe. the umpires want to go upstairs, do they? Nonetheless, we want to watch what happened there. She opened the face very late, said yes, no, and stalled there. But Chan definitely was interested. Good throw, good awareness. Did she drag the bat in?
This was a close call. A good piece of fielding. Once again, trying to come down the track, and this time just pulling her length back, Vaishnavi, and that's the end of over number 11. Score moves to 62 for 2.
Mahika into her third. She gave 2 in the first over, 4 in the second over. Banged it short. The umpire will call it a wide. Just showing her ability that, listen, if you were 6 feet 7, I can still get to your helmet. And probably Chaya is telling her, listen, the batter is not as tall as you, Mahika.
A good aggression shown by Mahika. Neil, you have worked with these girls the past also. Just take us down to the journey where they have won the Gulf Cup and the Asia Cup qualifiers.
Well, yes, an amazing stint there for these girls. 2 very big tournaments. The ICC regional tournament was the qualifiers for the ICC T20 World Cup, the regional qualifier. UAE topping the chart there, qualifying for the global qualifier from there. What a phenomenal performance coming in from literally everyone. Khushi Sharma on your screen there, picked up a 5 in a game. And then going into the Gulf Cup, literally steamrolling every single opponent. This side, the kind of stats, the kind of numbers that they produced will make any side envious of what they've achieved in the last year and a half. And mind you, most of these girls are 15, 16, 17 years old. Beautifully played, up in the air, and this one will definitely clear the fence. 4 runs.
Very strong on the offside, Chan. This time a bit overpitch delivery and open the face of the bat. Ball racing towards the fence for yet another boundary from the blade of Chan. Trouble continues for UAE team. And, let me tell you, if they score around 130, 135, then it will be really tough for the UAE batters to chase down this target.
Swing and a miss. Good comeback by Mahika. 68 on the board. Both of these girls doing really well. Hong Kong losing 2 wickets very early. 6 for 2 in 2 overs. That's where they were. And there's a good 62-run partnership coming in from both these. How solid is this partnership, Mudassar?
The good thing about this partnership is the responsibility shown by the captain, Chan. She moves to 36, and at the other end, Mariko is solid as rock, batting on 9 and faced 21 deliveries. And not only Chan, but the extras also helped Hong Kong team. The last delivery of Mahika over this time up, gently guided towards the point region. There's a fumble by Samira. That brings to the end of over number 12. Score moves to 69 for 2.
It's going to be change in the bowling. And Chamani will be entrusted with the ball. Angling it down the leg side. The very first delivery. It's a good mix of experienced players and some absolute young guns in this UAE side. Again, trying to do the same down the leg side. Now, this is a fantastic thing that I've observed, and it's a very modern thing. Not very often would you see an off-break bowler coming round the wicket to bowl to a left-handed batter. Trying to dart that one in, and then maybe trying to get that one ball to turn away from the batter. And that does put a certain amount of doubt in the mind of the batter. What way the ball? This is exactly what we're talking about. Slight misfield. Chamani. She's an experienced campaigner. This is exactly what we were talking about. Create the doubt, element of doubt in the mind of the batter on what's going to happen next. Keep them guessing.
Good piece of bowling here by Chamani. This time played towards the point. Samaira, the fielder. Only one run so far considered. Smart piece of bowling by this off-break bowler.
Again, keeping your best fielder at the position where you know that the batter will play. That's what they've done. Smartly keeping this young Samaira there at point. And every time, if you realize, Chan, the moment she's a little confused, she's just opening the face of the bat, playing it towards the point region. Not confident on taking it over the short midfielder, the short mid wicket fielder. Wide there. Got to tighten it.
Couple of more tight overs, then there will be panic button. The batting. They need to get Chamani into her first over. Brilliant piece of bowling this time. Gently pushed towards the deep extra region for an easy single. After 13 gone, it's 72 for 2.
So this is how the board looks like. Kind of top empty. Shaheen Shahzad, 4 of 10. And Natasha Miles, one of the most experienced batters in the side. getting out on back-to-back deliveries of Samaira. Suraksha Kote now will be bowling from the far end. Again, a phenomenal spinner. She's again one of those kinds who tosses the ball up. Good length. And a boundary.
A flighted delivery on the off stump of Chan and opening the face of the blade. Finding yet another boundary. He's very strong nail on towards this off stump, and bulk of the runs came through that region, mid-off region and deep extra cover region.
You're right. You give her width, she'll play you comfortably. Plus, she's scored 42 runs of 47 deliveries. Again, a toss-up delivery this time, but on the middle and leg stump. Will be a single.
So far, 21 extras has been considered by the bowlers.
Wow. That's a lot. That is indeed a lot of runs. Remove 21 out of the 77 on board. You're talking about 56, and that should be fine absolutely any day.
This time just coming into the right-hand batter and played towards the cover region. Chaya Mughal, the fielder. A rare dot ball in this over. So far, 5 runs has been considered. This time coming down the track and played towards the deep cover region for an easy single. Slowly and steadily this partnership becoming a headache for UAE Women team.
You're right, that's a term. A very good partnership of 70 runs. 72 in fact to be precise. Again a tossed up delivery, didn't really pitch. Couldn't make good use of that full toss. 6 runs already of this over. For a spinner, it's important that you pitch the ball, because that's when the magic happens. The magic does not happen when you bowl full tosses. Pitching it, and this time again, we had to check her shot there. And this is exactly what you got to do. Well done. Good end to the over. 14 overs gone, 78 for 2. $78 for 2. The bowling. Khushi Sharma has bowled 1. Has given 4 runs. Chaya Mughal has done well. Chamani. Very experienced. Chamani has played, also represented Sri Lanka in the internationals. And has 50 T20 international wickets to her credit.
Very talented off-break bowler. Once again pitching on the off stump, trying to cut. There was an appeal, but Asif Iqbal clearly not at all interested. It's a dot ball, back to back.
How close was that though? How close was that? Would love to watch a replay and try and understand what got Chamani so excited. Stepping down over the umpire's head, and that's the safest zone to play. A good piece of fielding. Oh no! They did well and then scrambled away. She's not happy. Definitely not happy. Let's have a look. She did well there and then dragged the ball into the fence. 4 runs.
Good piece of footwork by Mariko. Straight as an arrow between long off and long on fielder. This time down the leg stump and clearly wide given by Shamim AB.
Well, yeah, looks like Shamani preempted that Hill might just come and attack. And that's what you need to do. As a batter, get into the psyche of a batter. You've seen a spinner, you've hit a spinner for a big. The spinner is under that kind of pressure. Go charger again. This time, poor fielding yet again, and this one will race away towards the fence. Mahika creating that bridge under which the ball went through.
Throughout the day, they have been sluggish in the field. The fielders helping Mariko jet another boundary. 9 runs so far on this over. Bit costly into her second over, Chamani. Slowly they are moving towards that 100 mark. Hong Kong batters once again coming down the track and ball towards the leg stump. A smart thinking by Chamani.
That's exactly what she tried to do earlier also. Realizing that Mariko might just come down the line. Darted it down the leg. Will probably hold her back in the crease now for this delivery at least. And I was saying that as a batter, you've hit a big shot to a spinner. Go back for it yet again. Meanwhile, a single, that'll be the end of the over. 15 gone, it's 88 for 2. Suraksha. Cut away. And just be a single. Suraksha Kote. She's one of those big hard bowlers who loves tossing the ball up and generally brews on the confidence of her own abilities. Tossed up, full toss, up in the air. One bounce. It's going to be Vaishnavi at the deep mid-wicket region who will field it. Change in voices in the commentary box. Joining me as Mudassir walks out for a little break is going to be Shoaib Ahmed. Shoaib, good evening.
Good evening, Neil. Thank you very much. That's a big shot again from the bat of Mariko. She's not timed it too well, but nobody's going to reach there in time. 3 fielders converging. But the ball just lands right into the center of the triangle. 2 more runs will be added to the total, and this partnership is proving to be lethal, to say the least.
Oh, you're right. Wanted to pull it towards the mid-wicket region. And landed absolutely safe. Well, got a single. What they're doing is they're taking singles at will. And as and when they get a bad ball, they dispatch it. Mariko 21 of 31. Chan 45 of 52. Much better delivery this time. It's a fantastic platform that has been created by the Hong Kong girls. From here on, they have all the opportunity to put the foot on the pedal, press the gas hard and go for the big ones. And that's exactly what she's done. Mariko, but will get a single and that'll be the end of the over. 16 gone, 93 for 2. Chamani will be bowling a third. Very, very close. So good. Dot ball.
Well, that's really good line and length. Not on the front foot, not on the back foot. Mariko had no clue. And that ball just racing away into the hands of the keeper. She's bowling at the right pace as well. Not too slow, not too fast. Meanwhile, a good-looking shot straight down the ground. Another miss from the fielder. Vaishnavi tried her best, but the best was not enough. And they'll get 4 more. Shami may be the umpire. Just checking. Yes, that's another boundary from the bat of Mariko. And both these players are now taking the attack onto the UAE bowlers, scoring freely as every boundary is scored exactly where they want it to be.
You're right. The platform is created. They don't really need to worry about wickets. And there was a little error coming in from the boundary to try and take that catch. Staying at the boundary would have helped her take this catch comfortably. Going for that slog sweep. Chance of a run out there. Shy at the stumps. Tirtha Satish showing belief in her ability. Also, Chamani wasn't really standing next to the stumps. As a spinner, one would anticipate that you've bowled, you will quickly run to the stumps. If that was the case, then maybe that would have been a wicket there. Swinging that willow freely. What an absolute pleasure it is to watch Mariko in her full flow.
Yes, that's right. She took some time early on, but now she's middling and middling it so well. Mariko Hill. She's getting those much-needed boundaries, and the placement has to be really perfect when you're hitting these kind of shots because they have got protection there in the deep, but no chance for that fielder whatsoever. Mariko quickly moves on to 32, and Hong Kong get their 100-run on the board. This has been some really good performance from the batters of Hong Kong. Mariko and Chan are taking this game away from UAE.
That's right. She's come out really fast. She was a little slow, steady, but now right on the pedal. Chan now. Bowled him! Got that. Chamani foxed Chan. Chan was on the non-striking end for quite some time, and this is something that you say, that if the batter who's on song is playing really well, don't keep them away from strike. Chan was on the non-striking end for a very long time. Chamani darting this one in, the armour coming in and cleaning up. Chan, 45 of 53. Very good partnership now is broken.
Yes, much needed breakthrough here from Chamira. 17 overs gone, 104 for 3. The captain Chan scoring much needed 45 runs. Very vital, important runs. And she scored them at a brisk pace as well. 104 for 3 after 17.
Suraksha bowling her third. Get a single there. And now it's going to be the new batter Lai who will be on strike. Mariko Hill, 33 of 39, has done really well from the way it all started to where it has reached. Swing and a miss for MLI. 34-year-old Lai. Hasn't really done much on the international circuit as far as runs are concerned with the bat. 14 not out is her highest. In the 9 innings that she's batted, has scored only 30 in all. So not much of credit that can be spoken about. Maybe things could change today. Priya Jain now, behind the ball. Has taken the first one quickly, going for the second. Maybe a better throw would have helped, but 2 nonetheless.
There's not a lot of time left for Lai and Mariko now. 107, I think anything above 120 is going to be a daunting task for UAE. They'll have to bat really well. 6 and over, it's not going to be an easy task for the UAE batters. That's another good looking shot straight down the ground. From here on, Hong Kong will be targeting anything around 120, 125. And that will definitely give them the momentum that they need going into the second innings.
You're right. And ideally, Lai's role over here should be to bring back Mariko on strike as soon as she can. Mariko, 33 of 39, including 4 boundaries. Waiting for this one, up in the air. Again, will land very, very safely. Will get a single. And that should be the over. 18 overs gone, 109 for 3. Lai on strike, or rather Mariko will be on strike. 2 more overs to go, and I think it's going to be Chaya Mughal, the skipper, who will take the 19th. Or are they continuing with Chamani? That's a surprise call. Chaya's got 1 over. Samaira has got 1 over. Straight to the fielder. Dot ball. A spinner bowling the 19th. While Chaya and Samaira, both the spearheads, have an over left each. Up in the air, chance, and taken. Vaishnavi Mahesh takes the catch. Finally a catch is taken, and that will be the end of Mariko. She's played phenomenally well, ensured that her team was dug out of the troubled times that they were in 6 for 2. And from there on, Mariko Hill and Kerry Chan built up a fantastic partnership. Mariko goes after scoring 34 of 42 for her team.
So that's an important wicket again. Mariko doing well for Hong Kong. She was there right from the beginning, and she took her time, but she played some good shots as well. Now it's on Lai to take that momentum forward. As in comes Shamira, who's started off well. Again, that speed at which she bowls, it's not easy to hit those boundaries. And her line and length has been impeccable.
No doubts about that. So much experience for her. Chamani. Shuffled across and taken. Looks like Mahika was standing just for this. Straight into her hands. And that will be the end of Lai. Wanting to do a little bit of cheeky play. And there you go. Takes a very good catch. Mahika Gaur. And that'll be the end of Lai.
Another wicket falls now. And Hong Kong are losing their way at the end of the first innings. Lai Wing-Ki scores 3 and is walking back. Hong Kong are 109 for 5.
She's turning things around. She's picked up 3 wickets in this over. She got wickets back to back. And what a phenomenal change. This is just amazing. This is probably what is called the captain's gut feel. Bringing Chamani for the 19th, and look at this. She's got half of the side back already.
That's right, Chamani, the experienced campaigner for UAE, doing the job when it's required the most. At one time, Hong Kong were looking at 125, and now they're struggling to get to that 115 mark, 120 as well. Looks a distant dream from here on. This is a good pullback from UAE in the last few overs. And a vast amount of credit has to go to the experienced Shamira. Apologies, Chamani is the bowler.
All right, so Marina Lamport comes in. 5 matches, 29 runs to her credit. Hat-trick ball. Punched it down. Look at the spring in the step of every single UAE player now. 19 overs gone. It's 110 for 6. Mahika Kaur. She'll be bowling her 4th. Skipper Chaya Mughal. Again, maybe an intuitive call. Beautiful delivery. Shaped in so well. Came in sharp to Marine.
I think it's a good call from Chaya to give Mahika the last over with that pace and the bounce. It's not going to be easy for the tail-enders, so to say, of Hong Kong batters to face Mahika. And I wouldn't be surprised if she can get a wicket or 2 here. That will also give her a lot of confidence going into the next game.
Wanted to again be cheeky. To play with a straight bat. That should be the intent, and not play all those cheeky shots behind square. I understand that the advantage of the benefits of playing it behind square is definitely high, but also it's a high risk shot.
And the 5-leg third man fielders both are on the boundary ropes. So I wouldn't see the reason why you'd want to play that high-risk shot when the reward is so less. You might just get a single.
You're right. And sometimes you just want to play that shot because you watched it on the television and you liked it. You might have practiced it for a few times. Quick change in the field. She bowled a short one, so the umpire called it one for the over. So now she'll have to figure out what she's going to do. Maybe bowl further up.
3-dot balls. There's another one. This one has been hit in the gap, and will it go all the way? It might just stop before the ropes. Well done. They've not allowed that boundary, but 2 runs will be taken easily.
I want to see what's happened to Chamani there. Because she came in running and tried to relay that ball back. And then was sitting there for a few moments. 3 runs on that. Definitely saved a single, Chamani.
Bowl on the stumps, Mahika. Bowl on the stumps. Get your wicket. Can you do it? 4 deliveries, 3 runs taken on that last shot.
Beautiful delivery yet again, but then Tirtha missing out on this. Will be a boundary. Yasmin, she comes on strike and creates an opportunity.
Well, I think Tirtha is standing too close to the stumps for somebody like Mahika. The ball will carry. She can stand a few steps back, and now she's gone a little back. Just a little too late.
Expensive over, the last one now. One last delivery to go. They're going for the run. Oh, they complete that single. This is a very interesting call. Byes called, but it doesn't matter how they come as long as the total. A single is added to it. 118 for 6 after 20. And that is what it is. Winning the toss, electing to bat first. Hong Kong have done really well.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think this is a good total from Hong Kong. And if they can bowl well in the first 6 overs, they will have a strong chance. The batters have done the job for them. Mariko and Chan, the skipper, leading from the front, showing how to bat in difficult conditions. And it also is a testament to the fact that if you can spend some time out there in the middle, you will be able to score runs freely. But you have to spend time on the wicket, gauge the conditions, and then go for your shots. The scorecard tells you a story that Mariko Hill and Chan Ying are the 2 players who've done most of the damage against UAE. Yes, Samara did get some early wickets, but in the end, there was this partnership from Mariko Hill and Chan Ying, which has enabled Hong Kong to get to a decent total of 118 in their allotted 20 overs.
As far as the bowling is concerned, most of them bowling 3. Chaya Mughal 3 overs, 13, didn't get a wicket. Samaira was a little expensive, picked up 2 wickets in her over. And then Khushi Sharma, under bowled, I presume. She bowled just 1 over, gave away 4 runs. Maybe should have been utilized a little more. Mahika Gaur 4 overs, 21. Went wicketless Vaishnavi. But the pick of the bowler, definitely Chamani. Economy of 6, picked up 4 wickets. And extras, 23. A lot of them.
Yes, and that's how the first innings did pan out. We'll have a quick look at the highlights of the first innings. It was an early Samaira show where she got 2 wickets back to back. That was the first, and then this one. This was the best delivery of the innings for me. She was on a hat-trick. However, there was a strong partnership brewing between these 2 batters, Chan and Mariko Hill. They spent some time out there in the middle, and the key was they were utilizing the loose deliveries to their advantage, playing them in the gaps and piercing those gaps to perfection, getting those much-needed boundaries, and that definitely put the pressure on the UAE bowlers in the middle overs. You're not able to take wickets. That is a big sign that the runs are bound to come, and that's what it was from these 2 batters.
Well, yes, not just that. There were a few lousy effort in the field. Some catches that should have been taken were dropped. And when you give that kind of chance and opportunity for the batters, they will strike. But Chamani came in sharp, took those wickets, and got the third one as well. Mahika taking that catch. Look at that. Brilliant piece of bowling coming in from Chamani. But then that last over, again, leaking runs. And now UAE, when they come into bat, they'll need 119 to win in 20. It's not a difficult task, but to get these runs, you will have to stay put and ensure that you have that belief in yourself to win this game. Meanwhile, for Hong Kong, they'll be happy. They scored a lot.
Hello, check 1 2. Hello, check. Hello, check 1 2. Hello, check, check. Okay, down. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Check, check 1. Hello, check, check. Hello. Hello, check. Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome back. Yes, this is UAE Women's versus Hong Kong Women bilateral series brought to you by SkyExchange.net. And we already have witnessed the first innings in this first match. Remember, this is a 4-match series, and UAE have played their first innings of this game. Hong Kong winning the toss, deciding to bat first, and they've managed to score 118 runs against UAE. The two umpires walking out in the middle for the second innings to begin. On the left is Asif Iqbal, on the right is Shami maybe, as they walk out to adjudicate the match. That was the first innings scorecard. Shazeen Shehzad out for 4. Mariko Hill and Chan Kai-ying, the two batters who scored the bulk of the runs for Hong Kong, made a strong partnership in the middle and made sure that Hong Kong reached to this target of 118 runs in the allotted 20 overs. On the bowling side, UAE using quite a few options, while the pick of the bowlers was Chamani, who bowled 4 overs, gave away 24 runs and took 4 wickets in that first innings. Joining me in the comm box is Mudassir. Mudassir, good evening. A good first innings for Hong Kong and a decent score on board.
A very good evening, Shoaib. The right decision made by the captain Chan after losing a couple of wickets showed the responsibility with the bat. The skipper and crucial 98 runs partnership for the third wicket between Mariko and Chan. And once Chamani got the wicket of Chan, then there was no way back. The Hong Kong, they were looking for around 130, 140. They were restricted below 120. Beautiful piece of off-break bowling by Chamani, helping UAE women's batter to chase this total, which is within the reach of Kavisha and Isha.
That's right, Kavisha Kumari and Isha Oza, the two batters out there in the middle, are out to chase that total down of 118, which is a decent score from Hong Kong. And that will definitely ask and pose questions to this batting, because at the toss, Chaya said that they would want to chase a target of 80, 90. This is definitely above that. It will be interesting to see how Isha and Kavisha start the innings. The first 6 overs will be vital in this run chase.
And, talking about Isha Oza's record, she has played 25 matches and scored 716 runs. She has got 15 sixes to her name. Very strong girl. First over will be bowled by the captain, the left-arm spinner. Given a flighted and gently pushed towards the cover region.
That's a good start from the skipper, Chan. Just the right amount of flight in the air. Will be an interesting contest between Chan and Isha Oza. Nice, good bowling on the stumps. Will be a test. Where does she go? Does she go downtown or she targets that mid-wicket area? There is a fielder out there for that shot, for that cross-batted shot towards mid-wicket. So the two fielders out in the circle. One at mid-wicket and the other at extra cover. Diving effort. There is protection in the deep. Good fielding. Making sure the ball is in the field of play, and they'll take 2 runs. So Isha Oza is off the mark. And so is UAE in this run chase.
Good to see there's a slide coming from the deep fielder. Shazeen was there. And Isha starts with a couple of runs. Ying Chan, the left-arm spinner, played 21 matches for Hong Kong and got 30 wickets to her name. Once again coming into the right-hand batter. Pushed towards the bowler for yet another dot ball.
Yes, again, bowling with a plan here, Chan. She's not giving any room or width. She's just bowling on the stumps and making sure that they take those risks on their own merit. As we say that, a loose delivery, low full toss, takes the bottom of the bat. They'll scamper through for a single. Lucky escape for Chan, because that was definitely a loose delivery to end the over. First over is done and dusted, and the score on the board is 4 for no loss.
How many chances do they have in this team, Shoaib? There was one more ball left, and it brings to the end of over number 1. Score moves to 3 for no loss.
Kaman Chan, right arm finger spinner. Again, spin from both ends for Hong Kong. No fast bowlers been brought into the attack yet. Nice ball outside off. Straight to the fielder, Isha Oza. She likes to play her shot. She likes to express herself, especially in the first 6 overs. She has the ability to clear the ropes as well, as you mentioned. 15 sixes from Isha.
Both the batters are known for going for big shots, and this time Isha goes big. Couple of bounces towards the long on region for the first boundary from the blade of Isha Oza.
Yeah, that's a good shot. It was a loose delivery. Was asking to be hit. It was in the slot. And Oza clears her front leg and plays it up and over the vacant mid-wicket region. Gets her first boundary of the game. So 4 for Isha, and the score moves on to 7 without loss. This time, even better. 1 bounce into the ropes. Back-to-back boundaries for Isha. You can't be bowling her that length. That is her strong zone. You keep bowling there, she will be playing this shot all night long. Beautiful hit from the bat of Isha Oza. She is a dangerous customer, especially in the power play overs.
It was just inches inside the boundary rope. Back-to-back boundaries for Isha Oza. Very aggressive batter. Good start by the UAE Women batter here, and Chan is struggling with the line. Into her first over, gave away 8 runs. This time going towards the middle of there was a break she got on this ball, Chan, and an easy catch taken by Shazeen at Gully region. That's the end of Isha Oza.
1 shot too many from Isha Oza. That was outside off. It was to be hit, but could not get from the middle of the bat, taking the edge. And an easy catch in the end. So wicket number 1 falls for UAE. It is Isha Oza who showed her some signs and some glimpses of brilliance, but then a poor shot selection. 1 shot too many, and now she's walking back, scoring 11 of 9. UAE are 11 for 1.
Middle. Yeah.
Let's go, Betty. One more. Let's go, Betty. Turn.
Good to play.
Kavisha Kumari this time hits it on the back foot. Beautiful placement. The ball will not win the race. Yes, the outfield is not that quick, but they'll get 2 runs. Kavisha Kumari, again another talented batter for UAE, another youngster coming through the ranks of cricket, domestic cricket, and now has made her mark for herself at the top of the order. Oh, nicely bowled outside off, rather glorious drive coming in from the bat, just that the ball did not meet the bat, and that is the end of the over. 2 overs gone, 13 for 1.
Just stay there. Up. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Huh? It's good if it's outside. Oh, you can. All right.
Slightly in. Yeah, that's your leg stick.
Yeah, this way, this way. Yeah. Betty, jump power. Richie, can you go qualify, please? Okay, lah, okay, lah.
Yeah, that's your center.
Go your left side. Your leg, your leg, your leg, your leg. Good, 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 good.
2 overs gone, 13 for 1 is the score, and the new man, the new batter, apologies, is Tirtha Satish, who's come out to bat at number 3. We need to be doing a lot more women's games with us to get used to the terms.
Supposed to say the same. You have been very busy with the men's cricket, doing regular commentary in PSL, IPL, and traveling all the way to Oman. It's not easy. And the new batter is the Tirtha, opening her account. She had a very busy day behind the stumps. And the first match of this bilateral series, playing in Malek Ground, located in Ajman. Shoaib, almost we have 6 grounds. And if you remember, you have played lots of matches in MCC 1, MCC 2 and Eden Gardens.
That's right, we played a lot of our cricket here. Meanwhile, a good looking shot there from Kavisha, straight to the fielder, but they've taken a single. Yes, 6 grounds already and 2 more in the making. So it's going to be a busy part of Ajman, these grounds. That shows how much cricket is active, and the credit has to go to Emirates Cricket Board and Ajman Cricket Council for developing these grounds and maintaining them. It's not an easy task. Takes the outside edge of the bat. A slip should have been there for the new batter, Tirtha. There wasn't any slip, and that has allowed them to get those 2 runs. Good ball. Not a lot of turn, but good length from Chan.
Go, Carrie. Good
Beautiful
bowling,
piece
buddy.
of bowling by Chan into her second over. The ball going towards the third man region and slow outfield, resulting in couple of runs. The blade of Tirtha. Slowly UAE women's team moves to 17 for the loss of 1 wicket. Just a reminder, this bilateral series is powered by SkyExchange.net. We'll be having 4 back-to-back matches.
Good over.
The useful over comes to an end after 3. It's 17 for 1.
Go, Betty. Go, Betty.
weighted delivery. Kavisha plays it straight back to the bowler. Kavisha Mudassir has a very distinct record in her name. She's the youngest player ever to score a T20 50 in world cricket. Kavisha Kumari. This one drives it straight down the ground. Look at the feet movement. Look at the bat flow. Everything right about that shot, and such a pleasing sight when Kavisha is batting.
Very highly talented and highly rated batter in this lineup, Kavisha. They need to build up a partnership here, Tirtha and Kavisha, after losing Oza early. Chan looking for a couple of more wickets into her second over. UAE Women's chasing a target of 119. The fourth over. A very attacking field taken by Chan. He has got that flying slip and played upish into the gap. There is no way the mid-off fielder can stop this. It's the first boundary from the blade of Tirtha. Score moves to 22 for 1.
That's a good shot. Playing it straight down the ground with the fielders inside the circle. Waited for that ball and placed it up and over the bowler's head. Long on fielder, mid on fielder had no chance. And that's 4 for Tirtha as well. So they've started off well. Yes, they've lost that wicket of Isha, but that isn't going to stop them from scoring runs. Oh, that's a good delivery. Very good delivery. Some turn, just beating the outside edge of the bat. A good comeback from Chan after being hit for a 4.
Rightly said during the pitch report by you, Shoaib. The wicket is playing a bit slow. And the Hong Kong women's, if they can get a couple of more runs, then they are in this match. They need to get rid of Kavisha and Tirtha early.
And this is good captaincy and good planning from Hong Kong. They've brought spinners into the attack right from ball number 1. They've gauged the conditions well. They're not allowing any pace off the wicket. Another good shot, and the ball isn't going all the way. They'll get 2 more. But overall, Hong Kong have done well in the first 4 overs. UAE 24 for 1 after 4. Four overs gone, 24 for 1. As in comes a bowling change. Ikra has been brought into the attack. Right arm over the wicket and starts off well right in front. That's a big appeal. But Asif Iqbal is not interested. Good shout. And a good start from Ikra as well.
One of the most experienced umpire in this circuit, Asif Iqbal. And let us watch this replay, Shoaib. It was a close call by Asif Iqbal.
Well, really close. A good shout. Good start from Ikra. Nicely played in the gap. Beautiful shot. This time it's come from the middle. It's not a short boundary and the ball will stop before it reaches the ropes. But that is such a good looking shot. Will give a lot of confidence to Kavisha. Every ball that middles, that hits the meat of the bat, the batter gains confidence. And Kavisha is looking as focused as ever. That's a good sign for UAE.
Playing on the merit of the ball, Kavisha continuously finding the gaps. This time on the off stump and given wide by Shamim Abi. And talking about Shamim Abi, you have seen him a lot in the D10, D20s and in the Sharjah Stadium, Shoaib. We have a couple of very good umpires in our domestic circuit. He's one of them. standing in his first T20 international match.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Short ball and rightly punished. Kavisha Kumari is taking on in some grand style. That's a masterclass, master stroke. You can't be bowling there, and that is a beautiful shot from the bat of Kavisha.
A bit of shot, and she was very quick onto this Kavisha, dispatching the ball towards the mid-wicket region for yet another boundary. A very good start by UAE women's team, racing to 31 for the loss of 1 wicket in just 4.3 overs. Ikra into her first over, a bit expensive.
This time down the leg side. So clearly the pressure now on Ikra. She started off well. The first ball was on the stumps, but then she's been wavered in her line and length and has been rightly punished by Kavisha. 8 runs already in the 3 deliveries that she has bowled so far. Oh, another good looking shot. Every time she hits the ball, it's from the meat, and every shot is a proper cricketing shot.
Very strong on her back foot. Kavisha looking very solid. Faced 11 deliveries for her 10 runs. A good sign for UAE women's team. Once again punched towards the cover region, straight into the hands of the fielder. Back-to-back dot balls. Looking for that odd wicket here. Hong Kong team.
Two good balls after that loose delivery from Ikra. Good comeback. And starts off well again on the legs this time. Nicely nudged towards the fine leg fielder. The keeper running all the way. And they've taken 3 runs. Good running between the wickets. Young legs. And they've made full use of that. Good cricket overall. 3 runs on that last ball. 5 overs gone. 35 for 1.
Keep going, Hong Kong!
Mariko has been brought into the attack, and the first ball is a good ball again on the stumps. So now pace bowling from both ends for Hong Kong. Tirtha and Kavisha are in the middle, as in comes Mariko for her next delivery. Yes, no, and a misfield, and then they go for that single. So another run added to the total. Just the right time to introduce my co-commentator, Mudassir, giving way to Niloja.
Thank you so much, Shoaib. Good partnership there between these two, Kavisha and Tirtha. Mariko Hill, meanwhile, after a very good batting performance now with the ball.
Nicely driven straight down the ground from Tirtha, and good running between the wickets. It was hit straight to the fielder, but they still managed to sneak in a single. This is good running and good cricket. Not a lot of dot balls. They know they need a target that they need to chase, and for that they need to make sure that they don't have a lot of dot balls, so the runs are coming in thick and fast for UAE.
That's right, runs coming in. They did lose that first wicket.
No ball.
No ball called. The call is for 2. And 2 it will be. Kavisha will stay on to play the free hit delivery. The umpire just showing Hill where she went wrong.
Yes, that's right. And a no ball means a free hit as well. So Kavisha on strike will be looking to go aerial or play it in the gap, but an aggressive shot coming up. Yes, plays it straight down the ground. Beautiful hit. 1 bounce, 2 bounce into the ropes. So that free hit being put to good use from Kavisha. And she is such a great act when she is middling it so well.
Oh, absolutely. Clean connection and absolutely charged. Kavisha, 20 of 17. Good early call. As soon as she played, she said, no, 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 no. Loud calling. Good basics of cricket. Every time you want to run, you don't want to run, whatever it is, the basic calling. Absolutely in place. Well done there.
That's right. They don't want to lose a wicket in the form of a run out. Another no ball signaled by Asif Iqbal, the umpire. This one has been played in the gap towards point. Won't go all the way, but they'll get 2 more. And that will mean Kavisha will be facing another free hit delivery. Mariko, the runs that she scored with the bat, she's giving away while bowling.
An early call there. Umpire ready. Pulled up in the air. It will be a catch, but of no use as it's a free hit delivery. Natasha Miles. And that'll be the end of the 6th over, 48 for 1. Kavisha on strike. A very good power play. 48 for 1. Might be a little bit of a spot of bother for Hong Kong. Starts with a wide. Tirtha giving good company to Kavisha.
Low full toss. Again, hit straight down. So no false shots, no panic whatsoever from Kavisha, playing on the merit of the ball. Both these batters, in fact. And they look to be in complete control of the innings. They know what they're doing. They know what is the equation. And there's no need to panic whatsoever. On the other hand, Hong Kong will be looking to get some wickets here so that they can put some pressure on UAE. But you can't be bowling those full tosses. You have to get your line and length right. Start off with a few dot balls and then build pressure.
Playing it straight there, Tirtha.
Get it in.
Smart cricket, yes, you don't need more than a run a ball. Required run rate is in the range of 5.
Keep going. Good work here, girls. Keep going.
And which means that there's no requirement of any risk. Whatever was required, they did there in the power play overs. Current run rate in excess of 8.
Ball.
Beautifully driven. Will be a single there. Hong Kong will definitely need to pick a wicket or two if they have to put any amount of pressure on the UAE batters. Both of these girls look absolutely solid, Tirtha and Kavisha.
That's right. These two players, you'll have to bowl really well as Hong Kong against UAE if you want to get some wickets, because these two players know how to bat sensibly. And they're very busy between the wickets. They don't face a lot of dot balls. Again, full toss played straight down the ground. In the gap, and a chase for the fielder. Well done there to stop that ball. Brilliantly done. And that is cricket at its absolute best. Yes, appreciation from everyone in that Hong Kong team, and rightly so.
That's right. Good batting, good bowling, great fielding. Some great cricket on display. Couple of runs there for Tirtha. Tirtha Satish. There's time towards the square leg region. Get a single. Very, very comfortably maneuvering the field, getting those runs going. Her highest in T20 internationals, a 64 not out Tirtha. And an outside edge there. Thickish. They'll go for those two. Runs are coming very, very comfortably for UAE. Ruchita Venkatesh finishes her over, giving away 9. 7 overs gone. It's 57 for 1. Chen bringing herself back. She did pick up that one wicket of Isha. Tossed up wide outside off. Tirtha tried to reach it. Meanwhile, Tirtha Satish.
Bowling. Great. Great ball.
Good bowling there. On the stumps. It's difficult to take charge on bowling which is as accurate as this. Width offered,
Good idea.
driven, but there is the fielder there. Will be a single.
Well, these are not short boundaries, that's for sure. And you need to run hard between the wickets if you need to score runs at this ground, at this venue. And that is exactly what the UAE batters are doing currently. The score moves on to 58 for 1. Kavisha on 27, Tirtha on a runner ball 15. And that is what is needed. So sensible batting from both these batters. Hong Kong did bat really well to get to that 118, but the spinners and the bowlers have to be bowling a lot more tighter. And there has to be some magic coming in from the bowlers to get a wicket here.
Ball. That's a great ball. Good carry.
Good call for a no. And that kind of communication is important between both the batters. Natasha Miles, meanwhile, one of the senior statesmen of the team,
Good.
punched it down, will get a single.
Again, sensible batting from Kavisha. Looks well set to score another big 50 or even more. Kavisha, the way she's playing, the way she's controlled the innings. Last ball of the over from Chan. That's her third over.
Bowling, Becky. Good ball.
Nicely driven again along the ground. No risk needed and no risk taken. 8 overs gone. UAE are 60 for 1.
Great ball.
Punching it down, will get a single there. Ruchita to continue. Gave away 9 in her first over. Now, she continues as Tirtha on strike.
Bowling. Bowlers.
Shout at
Right-handed girl.
the fielder to throw at the bowler's end. Tirtha comfortably in.
Well, you actually know the value of singles and doubles in a T20 game, in a women's T20 game, because you don't get to see a lot of hits, but these runs are very crucial and vital. And the way these two players have batted, they've shown that run chases can be undertaken successfully with singles and doubles as well. Partnership building here between Kavisha and Tirtha. Cut and hit hard, but straight to the fielder. Good shot, but no value. Will be a dot ball, a rare dot ball, but this has been a good over so far. Just a single out of the 3 deliveries that Ruchita has bowled so far. Oh, low. Oh, that's a poor delivery. Full toss straight down the ground and a misfield, but will only result in 1 more run extra. But that was a poor delivery from Ruchita. Luckily, just a couple of runs.
Kavisha reaches on 30. .63 for 1. Very comfortable. UAE punching it down. Will get a single there. Singles and doubles. That's all. They're trying to get those runs accumulated, and that's all is required. They don't need those big ones. It's quite frustrating when you're unable to pick wickets and the opposition is just mounting on runs. Not in the face of boundaries, but even singles and doubles will start irritating you all the more.
Well, as Hong Kong, you need to do something different here. You can't just allow them to keep rotating stride, taking those singles. That's a poor delivery and rightly punished. So those singles now building pressure on the bowler. Ruchita gifting a loose delivery to Tirtha, and she's done well to sweep it towards the backward square leg for a 4. End of over number 9. UAE are looking good and strong. 68 for 1.
UAE need 51 of 66 to win the first T20 International, the first of the four. Hong Kong versus UAE Women's Bilateral Series. 68 for 1 in 9. This is on the back of 118 that was scored in the first innings by Hong Kong, winning the toss, putting themselves into bat. They were in a difficult situation, 6 for 2, came back really strong.
Bowling, Marina. Oh, unlucky, buddy.
Marina comes in, and the very first delivery is a wide.
Go, Marina.
You're getting those freebies, don't need to worry.
And also some movement in the air from Marina. Who's pulling some gentle medium pace. Nicely bowled. Nicely cut as well from Kavisha, but straight to the fielder again. And fancy earrings as well from Marina. Sporting some really good earrings.
Not very often you get to see jewelry on players. Kind of gets a little bit of a risk factor when you wear elaborate jewelry on you. Single there.
We've seen a lot of men wearing necklaces, gold chains, in especially from the Caribbean.
Not a fan of those. Not a fan of those at all. In fact, got to be so careful that you keep your nails clipped to the base. Because if your nails are long and if the ball hits you in the wrong way, you might have to lose them forever.
That's right. No manicure needed thereafter.
Or probably you'll have to pay lesser at the salon because you have one fingernail less.
And good ball outside off. That angle is being created. Marine. She's just given away 2 runs in her 3 deliveries. Can she finish off well?
Oh, down the leg side. Call it the commentator's curse. 5 wides. She'd given 3 so far. In fact, just 2 so far. And then gives a bulk of them.
Yes, spraying down the leg side. Never a good option. The keeper is blinded for that millisecond. And there you see again. By the time she realized, the ball had crossed the 30-yard circle as well.
You're right. For medium paces, generally you wouldn't have your fine leg at the boundary. So there's no protection whatsoever if you err in line there. Much better line there. It has been played towards the mid-wicket region. Now this is the difference between men's cricket and women's cricket. A shot like this, with a little more power, would have found the fence. Very good shot selection, great timing, middling it perfectly. She leaned forward, transfer of weight was immaculate. Everything right about the shot. A little bit more power and things would have been different. And probably that's where the role of fitness, the role of strength and conditioning comes in. Waited for that one. Single from Kavisha.
That's right. And I think it will get better as many matches they play. They'll generate more power. The muscles will be more built. And I'm sure you're the specialist here. So do you think a lot of practice can also help them develop those shots?
More practice will definitely help you play that shot more confidently. Your timing improves. Harpishly played this time. Oh, misfielding. And the ball will race away towards the fence. Good looking shot coming in from Tirtha and a little bit of help from the fielder. 4 runs to end the 10th. 81 for 1. So that's the batting card. Isha Oza right up at the top, 11 of 9, was caught by Ikra. That's the only wicket to fall in pursuit of 119. UAE batters doing well. Joining me in the commentary box, replacing Shoaib, is going to be Mudassir. Mudassir, good evening.
Good evening, Neil. What a reply by these two young batters, Tirtha and Kavisha, dominating the game. It's 82 for 1. Both look very sensible and they have played some attacking cricket. Beautiful piece of delivery by Chan. A flighted delivery coming into the left-hand batter. Talking about Tirtha, Neil, a very stylish left-hand batter, and you have seen her very closely. The plus point of this pair is running between the wickets is up to the mark.
You're right. I've seen Tirtha play. This time played uppishly. Will be a single. She's a part of the ECB Blues, the Emirates Cricket Board Blues, in the Women's League, ECB Women's League 2018, where she's part of my team. And for all of 14 years of age, but very confident, elegant, played very confidently. And was confident enough to play in the finals, chase down 153 odd, and she opened the innings there and scored a very good 30 plus in the finals. And this I'm talking about 4 years back when she was just 14 years old, playing alongside some seniors and against some seniors. In fact, Chaya was on the opposite side, the captain of UAE. She was the captain of the ECB Yellow. So Chaya bowling and it was Tirtha batting. And despite that, she played so well. Very, very promising. And I'm sure that she's a very, very long way to go.
Once again, a flighted delivery, but gently pushed towards the cover region. And what a piece of running between the wickets between Kavisha and Tirtha, resulting in a couple of runs. 87 for 1. The left and right hand combination troubling these bowler of Hong Kong. Very good reply here by both the batters, Neil.
You're right. Left hand, right hand combination always troubles you as a bowler. That's the same thing that happened when Carrie Chan and Mariko Hill were playing. Both of them left hand, right hand combination troubled the UAE bowlers. Induced some errors. Meanwhile, 11 gone, it's 88 for 1. Marine is very expensive in that first over that she bowled. 13 is what she gave away. Didn't really time it well. The bat turning in the hand. Wanted to go towards covers. The ball went towards mid-wicket. Kavisha's done well. Tirtha's done well. Both of these girls in their 30s. As far as score is concerned, age-wise, both of them in their teens.
This time a slower delivery. Ball on the off stump. And played away from the body. Lucky that she is still out there.
Well, yes, it's said that when luck goes your way, even the worst of the chances look like, oh, nothing went wrong. Because the inside edges, you'll see if you are on a bad luck streak, if your form is not right, more often than not, inside edges will go onto the stumps. But when you're playing clean, you're playing confident, these inside edges will find a way away from the stumps.
True, and we have recently seen with Virat Kohli, unlucky, he's still struggling in IPL, but these two batters are easily scoring runs in Ajman Malik Stadium. This time down the leg, play towards the fine leg. The ball is racing towards the boundary. A bit of slow outfield. Couple of runs. What a brilliant piece of running by Tirtha. They have ran 3 runs here, Neil.
3 runs taken. Really well done. And it was Tirtha's call to go for the 3rd. She knew that she would be running at the danger end. Confident about her skill. This is what it is, the beauty of teamwork. You're not running for yourself, you're running for your partner. It wasn't that this run would have accrued into Tirtha's account. She knew that this will help Kavisha move ahead, the team move ahead, and that's exactly what has happened. A dot ball there. 31 of 30 for Tirtha, 38 of 34 for Kavisha. 4 runs so far in this over. It's a much better over from Marine as compared to her previous over where she gave away 13 runs.
It's a better over and a good partnership between Tirtha and Kavisha. Believing in your partner, Kavisha and Tirtha this time pushed gently towards the cover region for yet another single. And moves to 32 of just 31 deliveries. Tirtha, the score moves to 93 for 1 after 12.
Mariam has been entrusted with the ball. We'll see if she can bring about change in luck.
Wide.
Starts with the wide. Been fortunate to be a part of the coaching unit for the UAE girls team alongside the men's and the under-19s, but worked very, very closely with this side. And it's just amazing that the big shout should be given and given. Tirtha suggests that it's the bat. The umpire took a while, but Tirtha was absolutely on the front saying that it was the bat. Let's have a look. Oh, could have been the bat. Could have been the bat. Because if the bat is not involved, this definitely is hitting the stumps plumb. But I must say, very well done there. 32 of 32. And she's got the team within striking distance of the victory. 94 for 2. Two wickets down. Chamani is the new batter. It was Tirtha, strapped LBW. 45 matches, 472 runs, 2 half centuries. Very, very experienced campaigner.
And a wayward ball on the leg stump, a full toss delivery, fetching a boundary. With first ball, Chamani starts with a 4-run score, moves to 98 with the loss of 2 wickets.
This is what experience does to you. She could have very well left it for a wide, but she knew that maybe I can take a little more than just a single. All she had to do was connect as the fine leg fielder was inside the 30-yard circle. 21 runs more to win. Again, down the leg side. Chase is on and will be stalled from entering the boundary line. A couple of runs nonetheless.
An interesting field setup for Chamani this time. Played towards the fine leg region in the air and got a couple of runs. She was the star in the first innings, picking up 4 wickets in an over, Chamani. And with the help of these 2 runs, UAE Women batters brings up their 100 in 13th over.
Wide coming into play. She got a wicket when she bowled a pinpoint Yorker. And now she's continuously erring in line. Again a wide. Freebies galore.
Clearly struggling. She got the first wicket and someone is very happy here, Neil. She got the big wicket of Tirtha, but after that, struggling with her line and length. Some nerves for the umpire as well. Shami may be standing in his first international match. 17 required for UAE Women's from 45 balls.
Again, down the leg side. Will get a single this time. Fine leg sent back after the very first boundary that was hit by Chamani. Will bring Kavisha on strike. Kavisha 38 of 34. She holds the world record of being the youngest player to hit an international half century. For a very long time it was held by a certain Sachin Tendulkar, who had hit a half century against Pakistan when he was just 16 years and a few days. Kavisha went on to break that record where she scored her maiden half century against Malaysia when she was just 15 years, 287 days. Wait, 267 days in fact. 267 days. And she still holds that record of being the youngest player to score an half century, international half century. Meanwhile, 13 overs gone, it's 104 for 2. Cut it this time. The fielder will be in place. Lai will stop it and we'll get a single. We're talking about Kavisha and how well she has got on the international map. Her first half century. The youngest player. Oh, chance there. Dropped. A single. It was the captain, Carrie Chan.
A chance going down begging. Chan, the captain, dropping Chamani. Once again on the off-stumper, played on the back foot towards the deep extra cover. Why do we need cricket for crick buzz when we have Neil in the com box?
No, there are some stats that just stay with me. I'm not very good with numbers, but Kavisha's feat of being the youngest player to score an international half century definitely very, very remarkable. It was in fact much later that Shefali Verma, the Indian superstar, who scored a half century, and she did it in 15 years and 285 days, but got a lot of publicity for being the youngest Indian to do that. But as a matter of fact, Kavisha still holds that record for being the youngest international cricketer. 41 of 38 for Kavisha with that single. Make that 42, beg your pardon.
This is the advantage you have when you play for the Test nations. And very talented Kavisha moves to 42. Backbone of this team. After losing Isha Oza early, there was a partnership between Tirtha and Kavisha. Just 10 runs away. Experienced Chamani playing towards the mid-wicket region for an easy single.
End of the over, 14 gone. It's 110 for 2.
Nine required of 36.
Catch. Good.
And easy catch. Played straight into the hands of the bowler. Chamani goes back after scoring 10 runs of 7 deliveries. Sigh of relief for Chan, the left-arm spinner. A 110 for 3 after 14.1 over UAE Women batters. So here comes the captain Chaya Mughal at the fall of wicket number 3. 21 matches to her name, 279 runs, a strike rate of 79.48. Goes Chamani and comes in Shoaib. Welcome back, Shoaib.
Thank you, Mudassir. Well, UAE are on their way to victory as of now, but they've definitely got some wickets, Hong Kong, something to cheer about.
And this series was supposed to be a friendly series, but now all the wins and the points matters a lot, and this will help the UAE batters to move in the table of T20.
Well, nothing friendly about these matches, I tell you. They are very, very competitive and everything to play for. Chaya, the skipper, is out there with Kavisha, who's on 42. 9 more needed. Oh, that looks close. That looks close, but not a clean collect from the captain, Chan. And Chaya survives.
There was a confusion, unnecessarily run taken by Chaya, and a poor backup by Chan. An easy chance, gone for begging. Chaya survives. 8 required of 32 balls. 42 for Kavisha.
8 required for UAE to win. 8 required for Kavisha to get to the 50-run mark. Full toss. Slammed down the ground in the gap. 4 runs for Kavisha. She inches closer to yet another T20 international 50. 4 runs for her. She moves on to 46. 4 more needed for UAE to win the game.
A full toss ball and glorious shot played by Kavisha into the gap between mid-wicket and long on field. The ball going towards the fan for 4 runs. For the interest in this match is, can she get her 50 runs here, Shoaib?
Yes, no. Not going for the single. She wants to finish it off with the 4. She knows there is a chance to get to that 50-run mark. Will she be able to do that? We'll find out soon. 15 overs gone. UAE are 115 for 3.
Wait, Miriam, go back. Miriam. Yeah, pass, go that side. Go, Betty, shot, come on. Wicket here.
15 overs gone. 4 more needed. Chaya is on strike. She cuts it and gives a strike to Kavisha now. 3 runs for UAE to win this game. 4 needed for Kavisha to get to that 50. But overall, this has been a very comprehensive, comfortable performance, commanding performance from the UAE batters.
Definitely after restricting them below 120, Kavisha and Tirtha played some glorious strokes. Still 4 runs away. Kavisha, can we see that big hit from this talented right-hand batter, Kavisha? 3 runs required of 28 balls.
Goes for a big hit, looking for 2. This has been played in the gap. No need to run when you hit them so well. Kavisha Kumari, a fitting finish to this finale. What a brilliant innings this has been from Kavisha. She gets to the 50-run mark, but more importantly, hits those winning runs for her national side. The women in grey are truly, truly special.
Yet again, her trademark shot, playing a lofted shot towards the mid-wicket and long-on region. And with that boundary, bringing up yet another half-century. UAE women batters winning this match easily by 7 wickets. Credit goes to Kavisha and Tirtha, the way both the batters have played tonight.
That's right. A clinical performance with the ball, with the bat from the UAE team. Hong Kong definitely did well in the first innings, but falling short in the second. Were not able to get wickets. But as of now, it's all about UAE and their win. The first win in this 4-match series. SkyExchange.net presents the UAE Women versus Hong Kong Women bilateral T20 International Series. The first game belongs to UAE. A happy-looking dugout walking out. UAE players have done well. They are on a roll. They are in great form. And that consistency in their performance continues even tonight.
In the first inning till the 17th over, the Hong Kong batters, they were dominating the game. But that one over from Chamani completely turned the tide of this match. And looking at this batting scorecard of UAE women's batters, Isha Oza goes early, scored 11 runs, but it was Kavisha Nane, unbeaten 50 of just 43 deliveries, well accompanied by Tirtha Satish, who scored run ball 32, and Chamani, the most experienced batter in this lineup, scored 10 runs, and Chaya Mughal, the captain, comes in and just scored 2 runs at the end, winning an easily in 15.3 overs with 7 wickets in hand, UAE women batters.
That was a good performance from UAE with the bat. Quite a few options used by Hong Kong in that bowling, but they were not able to penetrate that UAE batting lineup. They were not able to take wickets at regular intervals. The pick of the bowlers was Chang Ka-ying, the skipper, bowling 4 overs, giving away 19 runs and taking a wicket. So let's look at the highlights of the second innings, where it was all about the UAE batters taking on the Hong Kong bowlers. Isha Oza started off well with those boundaries, 1 shot too many, and that was the wicket of Isha Oza. But then came a good partnership between the left-handed, right-handed batter Tirtha Satish and Kavisha Kumari. Both these players hit those boundaries, hit the gaps, and the key was they kept rotating strike. Not a lot of dot balls in that UAE innings. And when you do that, the run chase becomes even more easier. Some really glorious shots all around the park from the bat of Kavisha and Tirtha. That was the wicket of Tirtha Satish. And then came in Chamani, who played a few knocks, few shots, but it was always all about Kavisha Kumari. Winning runs. She needed 8 to get to that 50. She scored them easily in the end. So that's how the match panned out. Hong Kong winning the toss and batting first, scored 118 for the loss of 6 wickets. Chan Ka scored 45, the skipper leading from the front with the bat and with the ball as well. Mariko scoring 34. Chamani was the pick of the bowlers for UAE, getting 4 wickets and conceding 24 runs. In reply, Kavisha scoring a 50, a well-played 50. Tirtha giving able company, 32 of 32 from Tirtha Satish. And Chan Ka-ying, again, the pick of the bowlers, getting a wicket and giving away 19 runs. In the end, UAE winning comfortably by 7 wickets. So the first game belongs to UAE against Hong Kong. They were excellent in all 3 departments of the game. Area of improvement, definitely the fielding could have been a lot better. But we would give the benefit of doubt to UAE. It was a one-off day for them, but otherwise they are a very good fielding unit as well. Both these teams will be looking towards the next game tomorrow. We've got 3 more games, mind you, and all 3 games will be back-to-back. So 4 days of non-stop cricketing action coming your way from the Malek Cricket Stadium in Sharjah. The first game belonged to UAE, and we are still wanting to see some more action from Hong Kong as well. It's been a learning experience for Hong Kong in this game, but I'm sure they'll just get better and better as the tournament progresses. Let's head down for the presentation ceremony where we've got Neil Oja with the two teams.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the presentation ceremony of the first T20 International. It's a part of the 4 T20 bilateral series between Hong Kong and UAE Women's team. First up, would like to invite the captain of the Hong Kong side, Carrie Chan, to have a quick chat with us. Carrie, commiserations, but I would say a great start today.
Yeah, like I would say maybe when we start, we didn't put some runs on the board, but we're getting better. Even at the end, we not really have enough runs, and also by UAE team, and because we also we bowling is not doing well, but I think we know what we can do better, and then we'll come back stronger.
How important was losing Natasha on the very first delivery that she came to bat?
I think it's happened, everyone have a bad day, so it doesn't matter, we're backing up each other.
Yeah.
So even she got out early, we still have batters behind to support each other.
I mean, the partnership that you raked in with Mariko was essential and came out in good time. I'm sure that you would want to say a few words to Mariko herself.
Yeah, I think just well done. So I say when we go outside, just build a partnership and just don't think too much. Just play our own game and just have fun there.
So what plans would be structured in for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think we will have a meeting and have a look and see how it's going.
All right, go well and rest up well, okay?
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're great. Thank you so much. All right, now would like to invite the skipper of UAE team, Chaya Mughal, to have a word. Chaya, if you could come in, please. Wow, Chaya, first up, congratulations. Great game. 118-19, when you have that kind of runs on board. It's a tricky total to go for. You don't know if you want to really go big from the very beginning or you want to go conservative, hold your wickets on. What was the talk that you gave to your openers?
No, it's see, it's a very good opportunity that we are getting to play these bilateral series. Hardly we used to get it, but now we are getting it. We are very thankful. So keeping that in mind, we have a set target in our mind and that we are working for our global qualifiers. So 120 is something that is in our range, very comfortably we can say that. So it was just give the batter an opportunity to do what they want. So the instructions are very clear, just go play your game. That's it. Enjoy, have fun.
While the bowling was going through, I saw you gave a 3-over spell to every bowler, barring Khushi Sharma. Was that planned or structured, or was it on the go that you decided that you'll give 3 overs literally every single bowler?
No, nothing of that sort. It's just the game, that demands. And it just depends on the wicket that we are having. And then it depends, again, as I say, the batter. And then, no, nothing of that sort was planned, 3 overs for each bowler. Otherwise, Khushi would have also got 3 overs. Yeah, so nothing of that sort. But it just depends on the game as we progress. So whatever is in need, we just go by that.
I'm sure you'd be very proud of young Tirtha and Kavisha.
Yes, of course. They're making us proud in every single game.
Brilliant. Go well, rest up well, and give us a good game tomorrow as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Neil.
All right, now it's time for the player of the match. There were 3 contenders, 1 from Hong Kong and 2 from the UAE. All 3 played phenomenally well, and definitely our match referee was literally scratching his head till the last moment to figure out who could be the player of the match. There was one person who scored a half century, the other one picked up 4 wickets for her side. And that's Chamani, the player of the match. Chamani. Would invite Mr. Iftikhar Ali, our match referee, to please come in and hand over the trophy to our player of the match, Chamani. Chamani. All right, Chamani, if I could have a few words with you. Congratulations, great effort. Came in near the end of the innings and started picking up wickets all right, you know what, come, I'll take 3 or 4, like how you go out and pick up shoes from the rack.
Before I planned to bowl my normal variations with, but because this team is a very good team, so there is 2 people batting well. So I target heels very good batter. Right. So I planned for her. So I tried my variations. It's not work. Right. So I just used my faster ball. So it worked.
It worked. It definitely worked, and you picked up some great wickets. Now tell me something, and this is a conversation that we had in the commentary box as well. For an off-break bowler, to come round the wicket for a left-handed batter. It's a fantastic equation to get that angle going in, and you keep, the batter guessing. Kerry was batting there, and you kept her guessing whether the ball will come in, the armour will come in, or the ball will turn out. What was that thought? What was the plan there?
Normally when ladies cricket, when they're playing leg side very strong. So I thought I will bowl offside and let her play the offside. So
All right. You're leaking your secrets. You shouldn't be doing that, Chamani, but you've done really well.
I'll change my...
Oh, you'll change the strategy. That's amazing. Chamani, you've done really well. Go well. Thank you so much. Player of the match, Chamani, for her 4 wickets and 24. What we'll do is we will say that we've had a fantastic game today. It was a fantastic exhibition of great cricket, a great advertisement for ladies cricket, women cricket, right here in the UAE, where Hong Kong, the women's national side, has played against the UAE's national side. Now tomorrow, same time, we'll have the second T20 International being hosted at the same ground. So listen, don't go anywhere. We're sending you back to the commentators where they'll have the final word, and then you can take some rest, a pleasing rest, when we say goodbye from here.
Well, that was Neil Ojha with the 2 captains and the player of the match, Chamani, who bowled really well, exceptionally well, got those 4 wickets. I've got with me Mudassir. Mudassir, overall, last views on this game tonight.
A very good captaincy by Chaya Moghal, I would say, trusting the experienced spinner in the death overs, and Chamani, rightly picked by the match referee for the man of the match. And talking about match number 2, we have tomorrow of the series, and will be played at the same time, live from Malek Cricket Stadium tomorrow. We'll be having the live telecast of this match at around 7:10 p.m. local time UAE.
That's right. So that's it from here, and we look forward to your company tomorrow. Until tomorrow, from all of us here, it's good night and God bless.